Let's do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, back at it again. Big fool
Hey.
diving in episode 4.
Whoa. Episode 4? I'm always shocked once you say that number, man. It's like, it's unbelievable that we got this far.
Sirius XM, they extended us, and we're doing all right.
Yeah. Thank you, folks. Thanks for listening.
Oh, dude. All right. We want to do what we normally do when we start these off. We'll talk about sports news, any shit happening that's regular. I don't know. I saw that they came out with the 2K ratings. Dame Lillard got a 94. I saw that Giannis, Steph, LeBron, I think were all 96s.
No one higher than 96. That's kind of weird for the 2K universe, right?
I'm not sure because I don't have any of those games. I play at friends' houses sometimes, but I don't know historically what they've done there.
Historically, LeBron's always like a 99 or a 98 for like the past 10 years. So it's kind of surprising they have him at 96. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Actually, it was funny. LeBron on Twitter, he reposted he's like, this is a joke about KD being a 96. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. He said that they should be 99. He spoke up for him, right? Yeah.
Yeah, for KD, which was weird. So he wasn't even talking about himself. Is that like LeBron basically trying to get on KD's good side? Because he knows, like, hey, I'm going to play this fool in the finals and I want him to take it easy on me? Or what do you think? He's just trying to get in KD's head, like, hey, I'm your friend.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
I think they do try to be kind to each other. It's weird. And everyone compares it to the 90s where it was the killer instinct. Oh, Jordan would never talk kindly about Isaiah Thomas.
He wouldn't, though, bro.
Yeah,
he wouldn't.
And I do think that is LeBron's diabolical thing where he's like, I'll be nice to him just to soften him up so that, when I'm on the court, I'm going to go full steam. And you don't want to give bulletin board material too. Like, that's the football version of it, where if he talked shit about him, he was like, yeah, KD shouldn't be above me. That's just more fuel for KD to.
You're right. He's playing it smart. He doesn't want KD to just in the finals, because everyone knows it's going to be Lakers Nets. No offense to your Trailblazers or my Mavs, but it's Lakers Nets. It's written all over the walls. I don't know why they're having a regular season. It's just a matter of save their best players, from injuries, and if they could do that, that's like a guaranteed finals matchup. And I think I like Nets in that matchup, to be honest. But
yeah,
it's just, I just hate that. Don't you hate that 95% sure that it's going to be Lakers Nets in the finals unless there's injuries, God forbid.
I mean, it was those 4 years of Cavs Warriors, and it was nice this past year. We just didn't really know what was going to happen. We assumed Nets, I guess. We assumed probably Nets Lakers, but there were injuries.
Yeah.
So we got something different. Yeah, I feel like every week we end up talking about the Lakers just because it's the key guys. You got Russ, you got
LeBron, AD.
I don't think there's anything any of these other teams can do this summer now to even the Bucks will be decent again. They're running it back with their team.
No, I think the team that could do something are the Warriors if they make a move, if they trade their young pieces for something. And we've talked about this before, but I think they're one piece away, because that's still a solid team. You got Steph, Clay, Draymond. Wiggins is not bad. I mean, I know everyone gives the guy shit, but he was a first pick. He could still run. He could still do a lot of things. He's like a 3-and-D guy. And then you got a bunch of young kids like that. You don't know. You don't know what Wiseman's going to be. He could be like DeAndre Ayton, like a late bloomer. You don't know what this Max Moody. Yeah, the comeback is going to be. You don't know these guys.
Yeah.
These guys have a lot of potential. So that's the team that I'm probably most worried about in the Western Conference. Everyone else, no chance. Clippers don't have Kawhi. Utah Jazz have their second best player is Rudy Gobert, who can't play a minute in the playoffs. What else is there? Mavs don't have a second player. It's just Luka. Phoenix Suns have a 38 or 39-year-old starting point guard. Sorry, he's as their best player. That's not going to work. What else is there? Minnesota's not going to make the playoffs. Sacramento's not going to make the playoffs. Memphis is just way too young, and they don't have a second player to John Morant. I don't care what you say about Jackson Jr. The Pelicans don't have a second guy to Zion. They just got rid of Lonzo for nothing. Stupid management. I mean, technically Brandon Ingram, but it's just really bad. I mean, Pelicans, watch out for them. They'll probably make the playoffs if they have a good coach, but I don't see them making any noise. They're too young. What else is there?
Well,
Any other teams?
Zion got that 97 dunk rating for 2K. I think he was above who was it?
Giannis?
He was above Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, I think, just in ranking as a player.
Dude, you gotta. He's better. Like, I know he's done nothing to deserve it other than the hype around him, but like if he could play, like if he could ball, come on, man. He's like 21. He could play any position on the floor, 1 through 5.
I guess we haven't seen enough of him, but you did make a good point listing out those West teams. They're talking about Portland. Let's get rid of CJ.
No chance. No chance.
Get Kevin Love. We'll be cooking there.
It's like Kevin Love was so bad they cut him from Team USA for who, like Keldon Johnson. It was just like such an embarrassing move for Kevin Love, dude. I'm sorry. It's like there's no parity in the NBA because the West, you know what's going to happen. It's like a 2-team race to me between the Lakers and the Warriors to get out of it. And then the East, all right, you got the Bucks defending, but to be honest, I know Giannis deserved that chip and whatever, but Bucks barely beat, like KD's foot on the line foot was on the line away from them being a chip. And if like James Harden was fully healthy or Kyrie healthy was like half healthy, that doesn't even go to 7. That's like Nets in 5. Like, do you remember the first 2 games?
Yeah, they blew
like the
them
Nets.
Out.
Yeah. Like, and like then game 3, Kyrie's out and Harden comes in is like a huge negative, like 0 for like 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, and that game was still like close.
Yeah, they still in there. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe Miami, you got Kyle Lowry, he's like your 36-year-old point. Jim, I don't know. I mean, it's just like I don't see anything happening there. It's just a bunch of like, oh, if this guy gets injured, maybe. But
yeah, I don't want to do like a whole bunch of more.
Yeah.
Talk, but did you hear the story about PJ Washington, the guard for the Hornets?
What about him?
So he was dating this IG thought, this chick Brittany Renner, who is like just a historic.
I gotta check her.
She's just if we had a producer, we'd pull up the ass pic.
I gotta check this out.
But she's just a historic whore. She wrote a tell-all book about hooking up with Colin Kaepernick, Lil Uzi Vert, just all of these celebrities that she's
oh my god
followed. And so this dude PJ Washington, who's 22, started dating her, and she's a bit older. And I don't know how long they dated, maybe like a year, 2 years. And this, yeah. And so they were dating, and then he ended up getting her pregnant. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, pregnant. Yay. Let's show the pregnant pic.
Yeah, big lady. And so he ends up getting her pregnant, and then 2 weeks after she gives birth, she secretly filed for divorce. 2 weeks after giving birth, she just did it without telling him. This is per whatever news outlet. And so she just, I don't believe there was any prenup or anything. And so this dude just committed to her, him being 21, 22, and then now she's that's
PJ.
That's PJ. And now he's supposedly, this was based on a rumor which he claimed was false, but there were people, I sound like an idiot saying this, but people on Twitter were saying that she would make $200K a month
Yeah,
for
out
child
of the prenup.
support and like spouse support. I don't know. I guess
Dude, how does PG even make that much money, man?
well, that was the question. They're like, how, and that's for over 18 years, which calculates to $43 million. And he doesn't even make that. Who knows? I don't know if he got another contract. I don't even know his situation.
He's still on his rookie deal. He's
Yeah.
not even that. I mean, I think he's one of those guys that he'll get like I think 4 years, 64 mil, so he'll be fine. Because he's like one of those 3-and-D guys. I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's that great, to be honest. I thought
Yeah.
he was like a power forward when he got in. Is he a guard now? Is he like switched?
I
Because he's
think
a short guy. He's like
maybe
six.
small forward. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's not doing anything.
Hmm. But
Jeez
anyways,
Louise.
that
For
was kind of
God's
that was
sake, man.
that was kind of the drama thing, and there were some really funny tweets about the whole thing. It was like some dude tweeted, "If I was 19 years old, I would have nutted in her too." So I don't blame him, and it's like it's kind of true. I feel like as someone who's looking from afar, it's easy to say, "Oh, what an idiot! What are you doing?" But when you're in that situation and you've got these cheeks in front of you, it could be hard to say no.
Oh yeah, yeah. Look, I want to be saying no, man. Trust me.
Yeah. So
If
that
I'm
part,
in that position, no way.
yeah. So that
Nerd.
that was the other NBA thing I wanted to bring up is you got to watch out for the hose. That's a lesson
Very,
all this time.
very well, very well. We gotta save that, and then we gotta use that. We gotta use that clip a few times. Hey, all right, let's get into it. By the way, actually today I met a Spotify executive from New York. Long story short, but they were interested in the show. So, folks, we might be moving over to Spotify. Apparently, this person worked on bringing Joe Rogan over to Spotify. True story, true story. So, look, we want to be widely available to everyone. We're not signing over our rights, our souls, but we're gonna have to do what makes sense for us, that. But most importantly, what makes sense for you guys. So we're gonna keep you guys informed about that. We really appreciate the love and the support. I mean, I can't believe we have so many views and listeners. Can you believe that, Alex?
Yeah, I mean the millions have tuned in and people from every country across the world. Some dude from Uganda was hitting me up. It's crazy just
Yeah.
the reach that we have.
And by the way, we're more than happy to help you out with any accounting, CPA questions or whatever. We're here for you. Um, but let's get into it. Let's get into the topic today. So, what are we going to be talking about today, Alex?
Yeah, so we're basically talking life after internship. We touched on last week's episode, the internship, how to keep that offer, not lose it. Don't spank a partner's ass. Don't do anything crazy and get too drunk.
Don't jump in the pool at Disney World
Exactly. Yeah.
at 2 a.m. and break your leg.
All that shit we touched on, having that positive attitude. So hopefully at this point you've landed that offer if you're tuned in now. And now you're kind of in the driver's seat, Alec. I feel like now you're in a pretty good spot where you have that intern or you have that full-time offer, right? This is after the internship. So yeah, this is the full-time offer.
This is your senior year. You're in college. You got a nice full-time offer.
Yeah.
You got the big bucks. Big 50, big up mid 50s salary. Congrats. After your 4-year college degree, you're
Yeah.
doing great. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're in it for the long game. Don't look at that year 1 salary. We're looking at that year 12 salary, right, brother?
Yeah.
So yeah, partner track. So now you're in the senior year. You're like, what do I do? Am I safe? Do I have to even like go to class, or like do I even have to stay in college? Or can I just like drop out, or like you're like, what do you mean? I got an offer. What does it matter?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the answer is you have to stay enrolled in college, and you have to graduate.
That's correct.
Is that pretty much it? No. No, I think they ask for your grades afterwards, right?
I think you do still have to submit, yeah, your final transcripts and everything. And so, yeah, they would want to know how you did on those accounting courses specifically, I believe. I think there was still questions afterwards where it was like your major GPA and then
Yeah, they did ask that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they want to check in and see how you did on those courses, but I will say, folks, Mike's going crazy. We're having technical difficulties.
Hey, you gotta get AirPods. Can you not afford that, brother?
Well, they need to sponsor us first. But anyways, so
Oh yeah, you go.
yeah, we'll talk. But so, like I said, you're kind of in the driver's seat where you need to do well in your classes still. But to me, when I was a senior, there were so many kids still looking for a job, like trying to figure, even spring term senior year, trying to figure out some sort of job. But when you're in accounting, when you choose this path, folks, you put yourself in a spot where you have that job opportunity when you're starting senior year. So you can go to the tailgates, you can chug the Bud Light, you can, dance with the women, you can do what you want and have a fun time. And you're not too stressed because you know that you've got that gig at the end of the day, as long as you hit the books when you need to and focus in on those courses. But Alec, what for you, your experience? Because for me, I only took one or two accounting classes before the internship. And so after my internship is when I took the bulk of them my senior year. I don't know if that's how it was for you. What did that look like for you in terms of those classes senior year?
I actually took a lot of I took a lot of accounting classes my first 2 years, to be honest. My senior year accounting class, everyone's like, "Hey, you got to take audit after you do your audit internship." I got to tell you, folks, it really doesn't make a difference because you don't learn anything during your audit internship. So like everyone's like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna take this audit class and you're gonna nail it," and all this. No, you're not, because you learn absolutely nothing for an actual audit class. So just to forewarn you, and it also won't help you prepare for doing audit. I mean, you'll understand, I guess, like what the point is, but like none of like I actually interned in tax my sophomore year, like at like a smaller firm. I'll also tell you that that tax internship did not help me with my senior year tax course. So don't expect coming out of the internship to be some sort of accounting genius, because all you're going to be doing is having a good time, as you know, going to Disney World, getting paid to just schmooze around and have fun. So I think when it comes down to senior year, it's like, all right, you're in the your final stretch, you're almost done. You don't have to get all A's. You don't even have to get like just keep it as mostly B's, maybe B minuses, C pluses, like hover around like a 2.5. Hopefully your 3.5 from like the first 3 years will keep you at around like a 3.0. And if you're at that point and you're set on doing accounting, you should be fine. Just don't get any D's or F's, because then you're going to be postponing your start date and you might have to retake courses and it's going to be a headache. So, I mean, chill out, but don't chill out too much. You still have to go to class and stuff like that. And senior year classes are all so much easier than like your first 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess it depends where you are. I think for me, I did have kind of the bulk of mine senior year, but I think for anyone listening, I mean, if you've chose accounting as your path and you've gotten to the point where you got through the summer leadership interviews, you've done an internship, I mean, you're probably someone who works pretty hard. And so it's
Yeah.
out anyone listening would think like, oh, let me completely take my foot off the gas,
Yeah, that's true.
drink Coors every day. I think that
Every other day. Every other day.
yeah, every other day. I think people would be more sensible. But yeah, I think overall, I mean, for me, I had quite a few of them as a senior. I had to do audit, tax. I took this forensics accounting course because I had to do a couple elective ones. So there were quite a few. I had to do my advanced accounting, which is focused on like consolidation of two entities. I'm sure you had to do that too, Alec.
No, I did not. I did not do
That was
advanced
basically
accounting.
like the FAR, like a lot of the sections of the
Oh yeah, dude, you took that class. We had that class, and I was like, no way am I taking that. I
yeah.
did everything not to take that class. I took like advanced tax. I did like fraud. I did audit. Any like accounting class that wasn't advanced accounting, I took.
Yeah.
Because-
See,
I don't know, man.
we didn't even have that option. Like that was one of the required ones. There were a couple.
Oh,
There were a couple.
thank God UCLA don't make that required.
There were a couple elective ones, like the forensics one that I took. That was an elective. I had to take a
Yeah.
governmental accounting one. That sucked. That one was
Are you
ass.
serious? That was
Yeah.
required too? Oh
Yeah, that
man.
was required. Yeah. Maybe
Dude,
it was
that
an
sounds
elective actually.
awful, man. That sounds
I think
awful.
it was either required or I needed it just to have enough credits, accounting wise. This is where it gets hazy being out of school for a while, but yeah, so it really depends where you're at in life. But once you have that internship, once you have a full-time offer, I mean, I can't emphasize enough just the peace of mind that you have knowing that you've got something. It now preview, it's not great, but you've got something. You've got a job to.
You got a nice 55K job after paying 55K for 4 years for a college tuition. Congrats, folks. You guys are doing great. No, I don't know. We're looking at year 12 though. Year 12. What's the average PwC partner salary?
Dude,
750K, 750K. So
shit,
you're up there. You're up there.
that's
I mean,
nationwide.
yeah, that's like if you Google it, that's the first thing that'll come up.
Fuck, living
Yeah.
large. That's a grind
Hey,
there, but
but that's like what? Like now it's like 14 years maybe. If you're really good, it's like 12 years. Average is like 15, 16. So if you graduate college at 22, 15 years later, you're 37. So 37, you'll start at like 400K,
yeah.
350. I mean, it's not that great to be honest. And then like once you're like, I mean, it's pretty good. I'm not, but like the amount of work you're putting in those 15 years to become
Oh
partner,
yeah,
dude.
a ton.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't know how you found time to get married or have any life or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, not to get too off track, but I
But
always
yeah,
think about that. I always think like the amount of time you spend in busy seasons over those 10 years. Like, what if you spent that time doing something you actually enjoy?
like,
Like I don't know, let's pick something as crazy as like music production. If you just chose to make beats and you put in that many hours, just how fucking good you would be as like a music producer if you put in 15 years of just 12-hour days and
that's true.
instead you're, spending it in an audit room.
Doing audit. Yeah, you'd be like really good. You're right. You'd have to come up with like one hit in 12 years of like
Mhm.
that intense.
Now that
Yeah.
is to say, like when you're doing something artsy like that, you don't have a salary. So that's the scary thing there. Whereas you work these accounting gigs, you're getting paid the whole time. Like you're getting,
Even though you're getting paid pretty shitty.
yeah, yeah, but they rope you in. But dude, anyways, so anything more we want to touch on with just the college experience? I can't emphasize enough, folks. Just like it's your senior year, like you don't know what you're missing until you actually have to be in the real world working. So take advantage of that.
Oh, take
School. Yeah,
yeah. Join like like if you want like exert your coolness and power, join those like accounting societies. Now that you got like a full-time offer, everyone's gonna be like, whoa, look at this guy, he has a full-time offer. Like freshmen think you're
yeah,
like God's gift to earth. It's so funny because they come into college, some freshmen like, and they're obsessed with getting a job at the Big Four. I didn't even know what the Big Four was until
yeah,
my sophomore year,
same.
and I was like, but there's some kids who come into college that's their goal, all right? So when you go to join these accounting clubs or societies, which there are, by the way, and people will like, it's just funny, and you'll be helping people out, and I guess learning about the future of your firm or whatever. Um, I guess that you could do that, and like the firms love that, by the way, because they want like ambassadors or stuff. So that's another good way to get on your firm's good side.
Mhm.
Um, what else can you do in your senior year, right?
Yeah, well, you touched on it. So that, yeah, when you're a senior and you have that offer, I remember going to some of the recruiting events and I'd have this little sticker that said incoming associate. And
Yeah,
it's just an opportunity for you to swing your
flex.
meaty cock and just show everyone, like, I've got my offer. You're trying to get an offer. I've got mine. I'm on the other side now, and now you have to treat me.
And they all like try to kiss your ass. It's so funny. And
Yeah,
like it's like funny they're getting like your information and they actually like reach out to you. And I mean, no, we love it. You guys, we love, us, you reaching out. No, we don't. But I'm just kidding. No, it's an ego boost for us. Everyone loves it when you reach out to them and say what's up. Makes us feel good about our 55K paying job, that other people want it.
yeah, dude. We should do an ep specifically on recruiting. I think that would be a lot of fun just to
Have
talk.
you done recruiting? I mean, I did it like lightly.
Oh, you mean which side? I mean, I did it a ton to get my job, but on the PwC side, I only did it a couple times.
like recruiting on the other side or like
Yeah,
recruiting other people, right?
yeah, recruiting other people, I've barely done.
Yeah, I always wanted to do that because it's like you you get the power to decide who's coming on or not. That
Pretty crazy.
uh, I did that when I was like at EY, and we had like an uh, intern or something to decide on, and I had more say because I was a senior, so that was pretty cool. PwC, not really. I was like an associate at the time. We had interns, and like I had a say, but it wasn't like much of a say. Mm, I don't know. I don't know if I'd have much to add to that episode, but it is a pretty cool scene to recruit for these things. That
Yeah,
and not to be sexist, but all the recruiters happen to be
hot.
blonde, white women. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there must be something going on with that. I don't know. There might be an investigative report that needs to be written about big four recruiters.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, they're charismatic, and I think it's just that sexy hot look where an intern or like a kid in college is like, "Oh wow, she's nice to me. This firm's great." And like, could you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if some of the managers that you worked with tried to act as recruiters? You would run the opposite way. You know,
BD. Imagine BD came to a recruiting event.
yeah, no fucking way. If you ran into these hard asses, you would just go, "All right, I'm gonna go do marketing."
Hey BD, here's my resume. Are these your margins? Wait, did you use size 11.5 font instead of size 12 font? What?
Yeah.
BD is, we touched on our first episode, was a senior manager at our tenure at PwC, currently a partner, and a total D-bag. We love you, BD.
Yeah, I love that man and his receding hairline. Yeah, he's a good dude. And but yeah, bro,
Wherever you are.
we're off the rails with the app. I see. I don't know. I feel like we've touched on it a ton. Like, you live it up, folks. That senior year is too good. I don't know if I have any more advice in terms of.
Oh, study abroad. Would you recommend study abroad?
I totally would. I did study abroad. I did the fall of my I did it after graduation technically
Whoa.
because I needed another term of credits, and so I did it after. Yeah, so I did it afterwards. And
Oh, so that's why you started in January.
yeah, yeah, because I
Got it.
did yeah. So I was in.
Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah.
So I mean, I totally study abroad. I feel like most people do that. I think it's different depending on the schools. I had a couple buddies at USC undergrad, and apparently everyone there does it junior year. But I mean, if you can swing it, it's also different semesters versus quarters that we had. Because if you can do it during a quarter, then you still get two more quarters of your
Yeah.
year. Because I don't know if you'd want to go somewhere else during that senior year. It is fun to be in your college home with all your friends.
But if you do one quarter, that's kind of fun, right? Like, and then you don't have anything to worry about. You're like, because you already got your job. Like,
Yeah.
junior year, you still, I don't know. I mean, you already have your internship offer or whatever, but what do you have like your junior year? Like, isn't that when you're trying to get into them? If you're a biz, I don't know.
Yeah. It is hard to fit it in. If you're a business student, it is really hard to try. If you're accounting specifically, because I know some people that would try to study abroad between junior and senior year, but that's when we would be doing an internship. So it's like you really don't have there's no perfect time, but it is worth, if you have the money, it is worth it to go somewhere and, get hookers.
Actually, there's this. If any UCLA peeps are listening, there's this great accounting study abroad program like that they host, like an accounting professor does. It's 8 weeks in Europe, actually, and they stay at like really nice hotels, and it's like a really affordable price, and
Mhm.
you get like full credit for an accounting class where you get taught by an American professor, like your UCLA professor in like either France, Spain, or Italy, like all these cool spots. And I I was gonna do that, but I think it only makes sense. You can't do it your junior year because that's your internship, and you can't do it your sophomore year because that's the SLP year. So you could only do it like your freshman. It kind of sucks in that sense because like it's it's during the summer.
Uh-huh.
So like you can't do it sophomore year because that's when you're doing your SLP, and junior year you're doing your internship. So it's
Yeah.
like either freshman year summer or bust, which kind of sucks.
Mhm.
And like no one knows freshman year summer if they're doing accounting. So it's like
Yeah, that'd be hard to fit in. That was a good question though about the study abroad. I feel like for accounting people specifically, it is tough to find that time. But if you can do
you
it,
should do it. Yeah.
did you you didn't do it though?
No, no, I didn't do it. I was this close, but I was like, let me graduate early. So
Yeah.
I unfortunately, I RSVP'd and everything, and then I was about to officially sign up, but never clicked on that button. It was gonna be cool. I think it was like 5 weeks in Rome, 5 weeks in Madrid. Would have been fun.
Yeah.
What was yours? Yours was Spain, right?
Mine was Denmark actually. I went to
Oh,
Spain.
what?
Yeah, so I do. I think going to Europe, a part of it, there was a part of it where I wanted to just go and have fun the whole time and not worry about class shit, which all my stuff was pass fail, so I didn't give a shit anyways when I was there in terms of actual school. Um, but it was cool to have kind of a structured thing where I was just able to meet people my age. I stayed in a dorm really close to the business school, and it was just all with exchange students. Like my roommate was from Germany. He was from Frankfurt. He was the okay, dude. I'm going too off the rails here, but he was the smartest dude ever. He did internships with McKinsey in Germany, and then get this. So we were both roommates. Yeah, his name was Abe. He was an Indian dude, but who's from Germany.
Germany.
Yeah, quite a combo. So he probably made a good curry. But so anyways, he was like the smartest, he was really fucking smart. And we hung out for maybe the first 2 weeks while we were there, and he was just taking all these classes pass fail. He didn't give a shit either. And then the whole time he had been applying for this investment banking internship in London, and he ends up getting it. Like he ended up getting this thing. I think it was Morgan Stanley, or maybe it was JP.
Barclays.
No, it wasn't Barclays. It was one of those big ones, and he ends up getting it for the fall semester. So he leaves the study abroad, and I just had the room to myself. He left some of his stuff there, and he just went and did this full bore internship in London. And he came back. He came back. So the study abroad was like 4 months. He left 2 weeks into the study abroad, and then he comes back late December. He comes back the 4 months later. I go, hey man, good to see you again. And he just was telling me stories about how it was the banking lifestyle. He would show up to work at 8 in the morning. They'd work till midnight, 1 a.m., go to a strip club, and then they would go home and do it again. He was
How
going
much was he getting paid?
he was going to clubs every night. I don't know. See, he was probably making a good deal of money because he's an
Yeah.
intern, so it was hourly.
Oh,
But they still
oh yeah.
was crazy.
Oh man,
Yeah, dude.
he
I mean,
must have made a ton of money.
yeah, even my buddies in like the US here who did those investment bank, the internship you rake in, because it's like what we talk about with accounting folks, where you when you're an intern you're making as much as a manager potentially, and then triple that with investment banking.
Oh,
Their hourly pay as interns is crazy.
a winter intern. If you could snag a winter internship, that's where the real money is at.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, because that's busy season and that's overtime. Like, if you're trying to make switch your summer internship to winter internship, or ask for like another winter internship after your summer internship, because legit that's like
Yeah.
dollar signs. I actually said, remember, you know how we started in January?
Hmm.
Initially, I was like, hey, can I have a winter internship before? But it didn't make
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, it would have
Yeah,
been
I
stupid if I
remember.
did
I
that.
think I asked for that too, right? Because we had such awkward timing where it was like, yeah, I
We,
didn't know what to do. I was either just gonna start when all of our buddies started. I was gonna start a year after that, or like
yeah.
the August after when everyone else started, like August 2019. But instead, I was like, um, we'll just fucking start this thing early, start during busy season. But you're right, dude. An internship during that time would have been perfect. Just rake in
Oh,
money.
that's where the money's at, man. Dude, you know what's funny? I left before our buddies started. Remember, I started in January and I left in August.
Oh, like the
The PwC.
who was your? Oh, you mean our friends that we hung out
Yeah,
with?
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
got
yeah. They started in September, and I was like,
I gotcha. I thought you meant like your peer buddy that you get assigned or something, and I was like, oh well, yeah, that makes sense. He wouldn't join till later because I I don't know. I feel like we're getting too specific now here, but my
yeah,
one of my buddies or this dude who helped out on the my main client, he he was there and then he joined a year later, and it was the same situation where I left before he even joined the firm. And he would always email me like, hey man, hope you're doing well, and I was like, yeah dude, can't wait for you to join here, and then I end up leaving before he even got there.
Hey, I mean that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, man.
Yeah.
But we did good by leaving. Uh, not that you guys should leave. It's a great career, Big Four.
Yep.
You know. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else that they should know about during college, post internship, pre full time?
Yeah.
Do they
See,
start studying for the CPA?
I
Would
don't
you
know.
recommend that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that timeline looks like. I had a couple try hard friends who were trying to do that spring term of senior year, but they weren't eligible yet. They didn't become eligible until like,
After they graduate, yeah.
yeah, they didn't become eligible till, I mean, this could be a whole nother episode, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you have to get approved and all that. And that takes a long time. That can take months.
You know what? You're right. We could talk about another episode about like CPA strategies and tips and like when
Yeah.
to start studying, because I could give you a whole spiel about that. But right now, I think we're talking about, yeah, like winter and or like sorry, fall and spring semesters, or if you're in the quarter, fall, winter, and spring. And it's just like you maybe study abroad, take a chill, freak out about your classes. Your GPA doesn't really matter. You're probably, as long as you're doing like a 3.0, you'll be good. Just enjoy time in life, because in a year you're gonna like miss it and regret graduating, because you're gonna be working like 70, 80, 90 hour weeks, whatever it is. Um, and it's like, don't get me wrong, it's not like you're doing anything like critical thinking or anything hard. It's just like grunt work that you're doing for like 80 hours. I mean, it's a lot less stressful because you don't really have anything to worry about. Again, we'll save this for another episode, but
Mhm.
to be honest, like college was more stressful than
Yeah.
working, right? Like 100% more stressful, right? Because you
Yeah.
got to get the grade or whatever.
Yeah, that to me, college just because you're really worried about the end result. You're worried about the end of the quarter, semester, the grade you're going to get. And so to me, I always felt like there was some stress looming every single day. It was like I've got some assignment, I've got something on my mind to deal with. Whereas with a
Absolutely.
working job, when everyone's clocked out, at least at the end of that day, you're like, I got nothing. Like I don't have
Oh,
anything right now to worry about. Tomorrow when I go back in the office, sure something will come up. But you have weekends, like you for the most part, it's less.
especially your first year, you should have like absolutely really no responsibility unless like your team's just like a bunch of dicks and they're like overworking you. But
Yeah.
your first year is like no one expects anything out of you. I mean, I've met some people that are literally like English majors with, I guess, like a few accounting classes on their belts. I don't know how they got the job, but
Yeah.
that know nothing, and they're doing fine. It's just you learn on the job, but we'll talk about that on a later episode. Did you want to talk about this fishbowl post, or did you have anything else to talk about before we get to that?
If I could just emphasize one more piece of advice for people listening is you shouldn't be in any rush to get to the working world. I remember when I finished college, and I don't know, Alec, if you were the same way. I feel like we both were the same way because we started at PwC early. I just felt
Yeah,
I just felt like I was comparing to peers who were starting jobs, and I was telling myself, okay, this person has a full-time job. I need to get this job immediately. I have to be making a salary because other people are doing it. If you can take a little time off, or if you have a job lined up, like you shouldn't worry about starting right away. And when you're especially when you're still in school and you have the offer, you shouldn't be, I don't know if eager is the right word, but you shouldn't feel rushed to get working. You should definitely enjoy your time in school and enjoy that free time that you have, because a career is very long. You started at 22 years old, and most people retire at like 60 when they're on Viagra. So yeah, you definitely want to enjoy that school time while you can.
hey, I mean, do they have to be 60 when they take it? I'm taking some. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Blue Chew, they could sponsor.
If you're listening, we're open to it, guys. Um, okay. Actually, did you guys hear about this? I think we're done with the accounting. Before we get into the fishbowl post of the week, I found this pretty interesting for our, part-time accountants, part-time content creators. OnlyFans is banning sexually explicit videos. Did
Oh,
you read that?
I read that. Now we're cooking. I'm glad you brought this up. That's nuts, dude. I got to cancel so many subscriptions.
Hey, at least you'll be saving some money, man.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking.
You'll be able you'll be able to afford to get a new hat and a new shirt and an actually working mic.
Yeah, that's true. Get one that can actually plug in. Dude, but no, that's insane because that's the whole purpose of that platform is women able to post, giving head and, you know, uh,
No, it's
recording.
crazy because like right now everyone will just go to another platform, right?
Yeah, Parlor or what are people using for
I
sex?
don't know. I don't know, but like I'm sure there'll be another platform for it. But I think they said they're gonna try to find a way to keep it on. I don't know, like
Yeah, dude,
I,
it's pretty
but
nuts. Like whose call was that? Who was in the
I
on the
know it's like
meeting?
whose call was it? Like we're gonna tank our entire business for wait, what?
Yeah,
It's like Facebook saying it's like Instagram saying you can't post photos anymore. What? Wait, what?
yeah. It's
It's
so
like,
funny watching these apps kind of self-sabotage themselves. Like I remember back in the day, Snapchat would randomly do these updates that would suck, and just
oh yeah,
everyone would be like, "What are you doing? You're making this
yeah,
worse." And it's so
yeah.
funny how they just You'd think they would maybe reach out and ask the public's opinion before making a move like that. Get someone's input before saying, all right.
For sure they do it though, but like I don't know. It's like these focus groups. They're like, who knows who they're bringing into these focus groups? Who knows what these people are saying? And then at the end of the day, it's like it's gonna be up to like one exec, and he'll be like, "Yeah, I like it." You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, and it's like people are so easily persuaded because like if like one person shits on it, someone's gonna be like more willing to look negatively upon it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
No one's gonna be like defending the product. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Like Alex said, this is shitty. Yeah, look how shitty this is." But like if like let's say you hear something positive about it, you'll be like, "Oh whoa, you're right. This is like really cool looking." You know what I mean? It's just like that instant, like that initial seed that's planted in your head.
Right.
I feel like that's a lot of it has to do with that, which kind of like sucks, but yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, dude, but with OnlyFans, I mean, you kind of feel bad for some of the women. They were making tons of money off of this, and now no one's gonna be subscribed. I mean, no one's gonna pay for just photos or whatever
I know.
you can do. Isn't
Isn't that
isn't
just
that like
Instagram?
90? Not even joking. Isn't that 90% of the content that's on there, or are there people just posting photos with family that some other guy's paying $20 for? I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I'm signed up for which hey who's the one that like the celebrity Bella Thorne, remember hers?
Yeah.
How she said she's like posting like all of this like explicit videos and it turned out to be just like literally her Instagram and she like cashed out of like $2 million
Yeah,
like on the first date.
I forget how somehow she screwed over other workers. Maybe it's just because everyone was going to her page. I forget how, or I think OnlyFans couldn't make payments in time because she was making so much. I forget what the deal was, but for
I
whatever
think
reason,
they had to delay it like before they could make you could get paid like instantly, but because of her, I think they had to delay it by like a week, just
mm,
in case like people wanted like refunds or something, like they wanted their money back. I think that was like one of the ways. Like she basically added more regulation to it because she like tricked so many people,
yeah,
which is like total dick move.
yeah, yeah, which is nuts. And yeah, there's been other I don't know the proper term, just whores who will like, who are famous and they'll create an account and they're just raking in millions overnight off of some nipple pic or something.
I mean, I don't get it though. Like, why would anyone sign up for that when there's like widely accessible, um, free, you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like porn. Like it doesn't make, I don't know. I mean, I'm not like crazy about anyone to like pay $20 a month to just watch their exclusive like content. Like I don't get it. Well, like I mean, maybe I'm not that wealthy and like people have more disposable incomes. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
I mean,
all
not to judge anyone else who has it. We love you guys, um, from the bottom of our hearts.
yeah. I
Uh,
mean, I need
all
another
right.
side hustle now, but yeah, I'll figure it out.
Sorry, brother.
What else did you have, Alec? Did you have the
So
fishbowl?
we got a fishbowl post of the week. Here it is. EY user. Anyone else disturbed by how bad some of these newly promoted seniors are? I'm working with two that are very highly rated but can't do basic things like read a balance sheet. Um, it's sad but true. I've met quite a few folks like this. You know, outside of PwC, all the other firms pretty much promote you to senior no matter what after 2 years of service. So, you know, if you know anything, nothing. Once you get that 2 years, it's just a formality. You'll get promoted to senior, unless like you're really like you just don't show up or like you're just a dick or whatever. Like they might extend you, but like it's like kind of losing your internship, kind of like losing a full-time offer during your internship. It almost never happens. But yeah, yeah. I mean, I met some newly promoted seniors at EY last year, and it was pretty bad. Like they were they had done audit for 2 years, and then they were S1s, and they had no idea how to test like any of the balance sheet items, like cash, which is supposed to be the simplest one. Like they had no idea. Like I don't know what they were doing for 2 years, but if you don't know how to test cash or
Yeah, that's nuts.
I mean, not even like revenue, like they didn't know what was going on. So
Was it a client they had been on too, or was it a new sitch
I'll give them this. It was like a new sitch, but
still?
it was like a new client for them, but it was just like they were completely lost. Uh, and it was funny because the other S1 was completely lost as well. He was newly promoted as well, and I was like, UI's feeder system is pretty shitty.
Yeah, yeah.
But
It is funny, yeah, because I think you're so right. It is a formality where they just have to rush these people up. Where I do give PwC credit in that sense, where it is a bit longer, and some people do get that early promotion. But if you do get it in 2 years, you are a stud, like
like,
you're a rock
yeah,
performer. Yeah.
you're like what in the top 1/3, 1/4 or something. Like you're really you got to be really good. Like you actually know what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, it's so funny. I mean, I had friends who I started at the same time with. Some friends of mine who I went to Oregon with that did the KPMG data analytics thing. They did the master's program. And when you do that program, which is another year of school, you enter work as an A2. You enter as a second year, even though you're just starting with the firm.
No way.
Yeah, you technically are a second. So I had friends who did the data analytics program start as an A2, and then after 1 year they were a senior. After 1 year, after one busy season at KPMG, they just became senior.
Oh, they absolutely have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, you do, as part of the data analytics thing, I think you do a winter internship. So technically, like you'd call it 2 busy seasons where you do a winter internship, then you're an A2, do that busy
But
season.
they expect nothing out of an
Yeah,
intern.
yeah.
Oh man.
So that to me is crazy. And these are smart people who got it, so I'm sure they figured it out. But you're so right. Like a year, 1 year, and you're just gonna give you the senior title. So whoever posted the fishbowl, I mean, I feel your pain. I'm sure that sure
and
that's
those were the highly rated ones. Imagine what the average rated ones.
yeah.
Like I mean, and like they expect so much from seniors too, by the way. It's not like they don't really differentiate between S1s, S2s, or S3s. Like
Uh,
if they have like a senior on the job, they have like a senior. Like they don't care what year it is, and they expect kind of like the same thing out of them.
you're reviewing like pretty much everything from the
Yeah.
first year. Yeah.
Oh man. Kind like I'll tell you this. You know how I said it's not stressful when you're an A1 or an A2? You kind of get a little more stressful when you're in like S1 or whatever, M1 when you actually have like more responsibility, right? But like your first 2 years, no actual responsibility, no, you're not, the only person you're concerned with is yourself. And everyone else is like, I don't care. But senior, then you got to start looking after the A1s, the interns, manager, then you got like, you got to talk to the partner and the senior manager, then you got to talk like, manager's probably like the shittiest position, right? I mean, yeah. Anyways, we're closing on 60 minutes, right?
Yeah, we started around 9. Alec had to get his frap, and yeah,
All finished.
yeah, dude, we're closing out. Yeah, I don't have any more remarks as far as that. It sucks. I mean, some people get promoted early, but got to deal with it.
Yeah. Those are the schmucks.
Yeah, those are the schmucks.
Enjoy A1, A2, and A3. Just don't
Oh,
let them
yeah.
rope you into acting senior or acting manager. They say if I'm acting like it, I want to be paid like it. I hate it. I hate it. I'm like acting senior. Yeah. Well, you're an acting moron because
Yeah,
you're working harder and getting paid less. It's
yeah,
like I hate that.
yeah. Acting, yeah, it's BS. Come on now, they're
Fucking
acting
act.
like bitches. So I had one more thing just before we get out of here. I know we typically do like a quick story or something of shit that's happened. In the
Let's
past.
hear it. You go to another strip club?
I didn't go to Plan B again. I didn't. I
Plan
didn't.
C?
Yeah, Plan C. We're going. No, I didn't run into Jason. But I might hit him up if I'm. Dude, you should hit him up.
Jason, Jay. Yeah, and I need that, man. I need that in my life. Hey, by the way, you know what I'll recommend? You gotta watch F-Boy Island.
Oh, with Nikki Glazer, she's the host, right?
That's so funny. It's so weird, like weird concept, but it's so funny.
But it's
Reminded me,
HBO Max, right?
yeah, you don't have it?
I don't have it. I mean, I'm sure
Dude,
there's like a free trial I could get or something.
turn down the Netflix subscription and get it. It's
I
so funny. It's
don't
like,
have Netflix. I'm a broke boy over here. But
oh, whoa,
well,
whoa.
dude, my well,
Bro, can I throw you a few bones?
well, no,
How much do you need?
so my yeah, I'll take yeah, do Venmo. Dude,
20?
so
Here, take it. Take it.
well, I just used my parents' account, but my dad was just like, I'm sick. I'm sick of paying for this, and I kind of feel him. I mean, I don't really like watch anything on there either, but it does suck not having it at all. So I might have to just make my own account. But dude, so yeah,
Get it on a try. Yeah.
Nikki Glazer is like a celebrity crush for me, so I might have to tune in. She's
It's,
funny. She has good stand up.
she's funny. She's funny. And like the concept is it's like 12 nice guys, 12 F boys or whatever. And they're going after three girls
Yeah.
pretty much. And like the girls have to decide which guy they want. And like the winners get 100K.
Okay.
And like it's pretty funny because like initially you're like, what the hell is it? It's like Love Island meets Bachelor meets like it's doing so much. It's so funny because all these guys are throwing each other under there's some guys that are like in their like cutaway interviews, they're like, oh yeah, if it's between love or money, absolutely I'm taking the money. Ain't no bitch like gonna get in my way. Like and like and then you see them going out with the girls and like they're spewing all this bullshit.
Yeah.
And then they're cutting back away and it's like, oh yeah, they love it when I get vulnerable. It's- and it's like so funny.
Yeah.
Anyways, I recommend.
I've seen several clips of it. I'll have to tune in. Okay, that's a good rec. All right, dude. But real quick, so I guess
Yeah.
before we leave, so I had this story. So this was last Friday. I was out with a couple buddies, just downtown Portland, just hanging, grooving at a couple light beers. And for me, I usually drive drunk just because you don't want to pay for an Uber or anything. So um, folks, it just for the people at home, like if you want to save money, just take your own car. And so
Don't hit anyone.
just watch for the people.
This podcast does not recommend you drive drunk.
Yeah, we're
Disclaimer.
sponsored by Miller Lite. And so I had a couple, and it was like 11 p.m. or something, and I'm like, you know what? I didn't eat dinner. This is bad. I'm gonna go hit the good old Mickey D's. So I made the exact decision. I like say goodbye to all the homies. We touch
Peace.
balls and I say what's good. And so I hop in that Jeep and and go to the Mickey D's line. It's pretty crowded, but I like pull in and there's a line of maybe like 5 cars waiting. I pull in behind this big black Escalade, and car doesn't have a
BB,
license.
BBC.
BBC
Big Black. Oh, BBE.
Cadillac.
Big Black Escalade. Oh, Big Black Cadillac. Yeah,
Yeah, it
BBC.
works. BBC works. Also cock, but yeah. So I pull in behind this car, and this car doesn't have a license plate. It's like a new off the lot thing. Maybe they were
Yeah,
filming
BBC.
video. I don't know. But dude, so I've pulled in and I'm pretty buzzed. I can barely drive, and I'm just on my phone, kind of looking through podcast stuff, waiting for the line to move so I can get my McNuggets. And so I'm just sitting behind this car, pulling up. Then all of a sudden, the car that's ahead of the Cadillac, dude gets out, and it's this fat Mexican dude, and he walks over to the driver of the Cadillac, and he's like, and I like my window is up, so I can't hear what they're saying, but I just see him throw his hand up and start like banging on the car door of the Cadillac. And the dude gets out of the car, and they both walk over to the rear of the car in front of the Cadillac, and he's like, "What the fuck, bro? What is this?" Apparently, the Cadillac in front of me rear-ended the car in front of him while we were in the drive-thru. Have you ever heard of an accident happening while you're in a drive?
Wait,
You're going like 2 miles an hour, and apparently this Cadillac just bumped the dude in front of him. And my windows were up, so I didn't hear any crunch or anything. But once he hit, this dude got out. I roll my window down just to kind of hear what's going on. And the dude. I'm having trouble describing this, but the
BBC guy.
The dude in front of the BBC, he comes over and is trying to take photos of the guy's license plate. The dude doesn't have a license plate because it's a new whip or whatever. And so he's like, what the fuck? And so he's just trying to take pics of the car to get some memory or whatever. Because I don't know what the commotion was. I'm sure he was trying to get the dude's insurance, the Cadillac.
But he wasn't providing it? BBC guy wasn't providing it?
There was some drama. And so anyways, I was behind these guys. The cars in front of them have moved up and gotten their orders. And these two guys are just clogging the drive-thru.
So what are you doing? How are you going to get your Mickey D's?
I'm just behind them, and I'm too far in. There's cars behind me. Otherwise, I would have just probably reversed out and left or something, because they took maybe 20 minutes or so trying to straighten this out. Employees from the Mickey D's get out and walk over to it like, what the fuck are you guys doing? You're holding up the line. What is this? And so eventually they're like, all right, get your fucking Big Macs, and then you guys go to the parking lot and settle it so people can move along. And that was essentially it, but an accident in the drive-thru.
Hold on, what did you order from Mickey D's? That's what I'm more interested in.
Dude, I got some McNuggets. I think I did like.
I knew you were gonna order that. And why did I know that you were gonna order that?
Yeah, I got. I think a McChicken and some McNuggets. And
have you tried their new chicken sandwich? Their new like fried chicken sandwich?
I haven't, dude. Everyone's trying to do that. Everyone's trying to compete with.
Everyone, dude. I love you got to try the Burger King one, spicy chicken. That's good.
Dude, I haven't been to Burger King since pre-COVID, but
dude, don't stop being a hater of the King, man.
No, I love the King. Cash is king.
Oh man, so you got in an accident in a drive-thru. So, wow, that's.
Easy.
But you know what? It makes sense because these drive-thru lanes are so tight, and like someone speeds up a little, and I'll bet you BBC was drunk a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Had to be a little bit tipsy.
Yeah.
It's like, what's he doing at McDonald's at like 2 a.m.? If he's not like either high or tipsy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He probably has the same ideas you, sobering up, and then he just like, it's a new Cadillac. He doesn't know the feel of the gas. He taps it just a little bit, and it goes too fast. It accelerates too fast and hits this guy's shitty car, and this guy probably is gonna come out with like back issues, like my back is out.
But the dude who got hit was intimidating as shit. He was this big Mexican dude who had a chain and was just fucking pissed. And I just
wait. What about the BBC guy?
He was this skinny kind of douche, had a skater hat on, but he was as tall. The guy who got hit would have fucked up the BBC if they got in a fight. And
why wouldn't the BBC just drive away? Because he was blocked in.
I was behind him.
Do you think what would be the chance the BBC backs out, reverses, hits your car? How could he have gotten out? Like, how tight was this like drive-through? Was he like, were you the only car in his way, or could he have? Were there cars behind you?
Well, yeah,
at the time
there were cars behind me too, but he could have maybe backed out, hit me, taken a sharp left, and then gone through the parking lot. But that just would have, that would have sucked for me, obviously.
For you.
To just get rear-ended. Or front-ended.
Front-ended.
Yeah, front-ended by his
ass. Is that technically your fault, though? Because, the insurance company is always going to say that's your fault.
That's like the vehicle version of a woman, throwing the ass back.
He could have done that. BBC is an ethical stand-up guy that he didn't do that, or he just didn't think of it.
I appreciate. Yeah, I'm sure he was in shock when he saw that beefy Pablo Sandoval type guy step out and go, "What the fuck?" I mean, it terrified. I was kind of worried that something was going to go down, and I couldn't imagine. Thank God I wasn't the dude who hit Mexican
No
dude.
witnesses.
I would have been scared shitless. Dude, all that.
What would you have done? Would you have backed out, hit the other guy, and done the sharp left, or would you have accelerated, pushed the Mexican guy's car forward, and
then take the left?
you already rear-ended him. So what does it matter?
I feel like that's a situation where that dude ends up killing your whole family if you do that. So, I'd probably have to sit there and take it, but that would be terrifying.
Dude, I'd freak out if I open the door though. Then I'm pretty much dead because this guy might be just angry. He's a hothead. He's hitting my glass like this guy's a hothead right now.
Yeah.
Or do I open my window just a sliver, throw him like a 20, and call it a day?
Yeah. See that's the other thing is I couldn't even see what the damage was. I couldn't see it from where I was, so I don't know how hard he hit it. I didn't hear anything, so I don't know, but I don't know how much the damage would have been. A 20 though, he would have been pissed.
Maybe maybe an additional Lincoln to get his mood up going.
Yeah, that could be something. Give him a read.
No. You know what? You throw him a Ulysses S. Grant, and he'll be smiling.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be smiling ear to ear, Brody.
It's something. Yeah, it's something for him. But anyways, dude, that was the quick story. I had never seen that before. A drive-through accident. I have never witnessed that in my life, so I had to discuss.
I was more interested in the drive-through fight, to be honest.
Yeah. Throwing hands.
I don't have a story this year, but that was a very interesting story.
Sweet. All right, dude. Well, to everyone listening at home, there's millions. We Spotify deal pending. We'll let everyone know. But episode 4, it's been wild, and we'll close it out right here. Thank you all for tuning in once again, and peace.